அன்பார்ந்த மாணவர்களை, இந்த வீடியோவில் 12ஆம் வகுப்பு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி யூனிட் 5 கோஆர்டினேஷன் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி என்ற பாடத்தில் மெட்டாலிக் கார்போனைல் என்ற பகுதியை காண உள்ளோம். Metallic carbonyls. Metallic carbonyls are the transition metal complexes of carbon monoxide containing metal carbon bond. In these complexes, CO molecule acts as a neutral ligand. The first homoleptic carbonyl NiCO4 times, that is nickel tetracarbonyl, was reported by Mond in 1890. These metallic carbonyls are widely studied because of their industrial importance, catalytic properties, and their ability to release carbon monoxide. Okay. Then classification of metal carbonyls. Metal carbonyls are classified in two different ways. One is based on number of metal atoms. The second one is classification based on structure. Okay. First, we can study about classification based on number of metal atoms present. Okay. If the complex have only one central metal atom or ion, then it is called mononuclear carbonyls. If it have two or more than two central metal atom or ion, then it is called polynuclear carbonyls. Okay. Now you see, depending upon the number of metal atoms present in a given metallic carbonyl, they are classified as follows. Mononuclear carbonyls. These carbonyls contain only one metal atom and have comparatively simple structure. For example, NiCO4 times, that is nickel tetracarbonyl, is tetrahedral shape. Okay, then iron pentacarbonyl, that is trigonal bipyramidal shape, and chromium hexacarbonyl is octahedral. Okay, then polynuclear carbonyls. Metallic carbonyls containing two or more metal atoms are called polynuclear carbonyls. Polynuclear metal carbonyls may be homonuclear. Okay, you see here, see example CO2, CO 8 times. This CO means cobalt. Okay, CO2, CO 8 times. Then M12, CO 10 times. Then Fe3, CO 12 times. Or heteronuclear example Mn, CO 10 times. This CO is cobalt, this is carbonyl. Okay. Then MnRe, CO 9 times, etc. Then classification based on structure. Okay. You see here, if here on the base of this structure, we can say the carbonyl group, it may be terminal or bridged. Okay. Then first you see here, that means if CO is not bridged, then we can say it is terminal. Okay. Then you see here, the structure of the binuclear metal carbonyls involves either metal-metal bonds or bridging CO groups. In bimetallic complex, there are two possibilities. One is metal-metal bonds may exist. Otherwise, CO group will act as a bridging. It is a bridge. Okay. Or both, or it may both metal-metal bonds and the which one carbon monoxide bridge may be there. Okay. The carbonyl ligand that are attached to only one metal atom are referred to as terminal carbonyl group. Okay, the CO group is attached to only one metal atom, then we can say it is terminal carbonyl group. Whereas those attached to two metal atom, one carbonyl group attached to two metal atom, then it is simultaneously, then it is called bridging carbonyl. Depending upon the structures, metal carbonyls are classified as follows. See, non-bridged metal carbonyls. First one, non-bridged metal carbonyls. These metal carbonyls do not contain any bridging carbonyl ligand. Okay, they may be two types. There are two types in this case. Okay, first one, non-bridged metal carbonyls which contain only terminal carbonyl. Okay, terminal carbonyl மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். Only terminal carbonyl. Example, NiCO 4 times nickel tetracarbonyl, iron pentacarbonyl, chromium hexacarbonyl. These are example for this type. Then the structures like that. You see, nickel tetracarbonyl, tetrahedron shape, iron pentacarbonyl, trigonal bipyramidal. This is trigonal shape. Trigonal shape. One CO is above the plane, another is below the plane. Okay. Then chromium hexacarbonyl, this octahedron shape. Okay. Then non-bridged metal carbonyls which contains terminal carbonyl, only terminal carbonyl. There is no bridge carbonyl. Okay. As well as metal bond. Okay, here terminal carbonyl group, then metal bond is present. For example, the structure of Mn2CO 10 times actually involve only a metal bond. You see, in between the Mn and this Mn manganese, there is a metal bond. Okay, here 10 carbonyl groups are there, 5 groups attached to this manganese and 5 groups attached to this manganese. Okay, so the formula is more correctly represented as CO 5 times Mn, single bond Mn CO 5 times. Okay, other examples of this type are Tc2CO 10 times and Re2CO 10 times. Okay, then next type, bridged carbonyls. These metal carbonyls contains one or more bridging carbonyl ligand along with the terminal ligand. Terminal ligands are present along with the terminal ligand. Some bridging ligands also present, bridging carbonyl. Okay, a group. And one or more metal bond. They are actually with metal bond. It may contain, may or may not have metal bond. Okay, it is not actually correct here. One or more metal bond. That means minimum one is compulsory. This meaning. Yeah, actually it is not like that. One which contains metal bond or which may not contain metal bond. In some cases, metal bond is found. In some other case, there is no metal bond. In this case, in this example, you see there is no metal bond. Okay, here 3 carbonyl groups are bridged and 3 beside this three here. Okay, totally 6 carbon monoxide or carbonyl groups are which one? Terminal. Okay, so you see again, these metal carbonyls contain one or more bridging carbonyl ligands along with the terminal ligand, and metal bond may or may not exist. Okay. For example, the structure of Fe2CO 9 times diion nona-carbonyl molecule consists of 3 bridging CO ligand, 6 terminal CO group. Here 3, this side 3. Okay. For dicobalto, for dicobalt octacarbonyl, dicobalt octacarbonyl CO2 CO8 times 2 isomers are possible. Okay, the one has metal bond between the cobalt atoms and the other has 2 bridging carbonyl ligands. You see, CO2 CO8 times, one possibility like this, CO metal bond exists. Then here 8 CO carbonyl group, 4 this side. Okay, form coordinate bond. Okay, this is one possibility. Another one, there is no metal-metal bond. In this case, there is no metal-metal bond, but two CO bridges are there. Okay, CO bridging. Okay, then remaining 6 CO groups are there. 3 this side, 3 this side. Okay, this. Then bonding in metal carbonyls. Before studying metal carbonyls, the bonding in metal carbonyls, we have to know the structure of carbon monoxide clearly. Okay, so let us see the carbon monoxide structure first. You see, according to valence bond theory, this is the carbon monoxide structure. This is the middle one. These two are these are resonance structures. Okay, first one we can let us see this structure. How this structure arises. You see, electronic configuration of carbon atomic number is 6. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz0. Okay, here this carbon undergo sp hybridization. Sp is 2s orbital and 2p orbital undergo hybridization. So here totally 3 electrons are found. Is right, 3 electrons. Sp hybridization means only 2 orbital come for hybridization. So it produces 2 sp hybridized orbitals, but 3 electrons are there. So one of the sp hybridized orbital have a lone pair of electron, and the another sp hybridized orbital have unpaired electron or single electron. So there are 2 sp hybridized orbital. One contain 2 electron, another contain 1 electron. Okay. Then you see electronic configuration of oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1, 2pz1. Okay. The 2s orbital and 2pz orbital undergo hybridization. This is also sp hybridization. Okay. Here also there are 2 orbitals produces. Sp hybridization 2 sp hybridized orbital. Here totally 3 electrons are there. So one orbital contain 2 electron, another orbital contain 1 electron. Then what will happen? You see the you see the carbon have one unpaired electron in sp hybridized orbital. This oxygen also have one of the orbital in the oxygen also have one sp hybridized orbital have unpaired electron. These 2 orbitals head-to-head overlap to form a sigma bond. Okay, so sigma bond is formed. Then you see the carbon have 2py orbital having 1 electron. This is 2py orbital have 1 electron. Before this you see there are 2 sp hybridized orbital for carbon. This is 1. This is 1. This orbital have 2 electrons. This orbital have 1 electron. For oxygen, this orbital here also sp hybridization. This orbital have 2 electron. This orbital have 1 electron. The orbitals which have 1 electron head-to-head overlap to form sigma bonds. Okay. So the another orbital is hybridized orbital is having paired electron. Okay. Then you see this carbon, this orbital, this what is the name? 2py orbital have 1 electron, and 2pz orbital is empty. 2pz orbital you see here there is no electron. Okay. This orbital is empty. This orbital having 1 electron. Okay. And then for oxygen you see oxygen 2pz orbital have 2 electrons. This is 2pz orbital. 2py orbital have 1 electron. 2py orbital. Now the 2py orbital of carbon and oxygen both have single electron head-to-head overlap to form a pi bond. Sorry, not head-to-head overlap, sidewise overlap to form a pi bond. Okay. Now you see, so this is sigma bond, this is pi bond. Okay. So we got this structure. Again you see here, the carbon have 2pz orbital empty. Oxygen have 2pz orbital having how many electrons? 2 electrons. Okay. Then the resonance structures, what will happen? You see, like this triple bond may exist. That means oxygen is plus. From the 2pz orbital, you see the 2pz orbital of which one? Oxygen and carbon sidewise overlap to form another pi bond. Okay, in the resonance structure. Okay. Now this carbon is not having electron, but oxygen is having 2 electrons in this 2pz orbital. Okay. So for this pi bond formation, Oxygen only give the 2 electron. That's why oxygen becomes positive, carbon becomes negative. Okay, so we'll get this structure. Okay, this structure. In this case, you see now this carbon is negative, oxygen is positive. If here bond is formed, then carbon is negative, oxygen is positive. Now the carbon is having a lone pair electron. It is able to head-to-head overlap with the metal d orbital to form a sigma bond. Okay, then again you keep in mind, you see another structure like this are possible. This structure also possible. That means what is happening here? The carbon lost electron, oxygen gains electron. You see, oxygen is minus. Carbon lost electron, carbon plus, oxygen minus. How this structure arises? You see, after this formation, now you see here there is no bond between the 2p-z orbital. Okay, 2p-z orbital, there is no bond now. Okay, and now what will happen? You see, this 2p-y orbital of 2p-y orbital, okay, of carbon and oxygen. Here there is a pi bond is present, is right? Now this pi bond is cleaved heterolytically. Heterolytic fission. Heterolytic fission. Okay. Now what will happen? You see, this electron also goes to oxygen. So oxygen becomes negative, carbon becomes positive. So what will happen? This oxygen becomes now negative, carbon becomes positive because carbon lost this electron. Carbon lost this electron. Okay. In such a case, carbon have 2 electrons in the, which one? Sorry, oxygen have 2 electrons in the y orbital, 2p-y orbital, and 2p-z orbital also there are 2 electrons. 2p-y orbital 2 electron, 2p-z orbital also there are 2 electrons. Okay. Then you keep in mind this structure. Okay. Then again we can go to the molecular orbital theory for carbon monoxide. Molecular orbital theory for carbon monoxide. You see, this is atomic orbital of carbon, this atomic orbital of oxygen. The valence electronic configuration only shown here. 2s orbital of carbon have 2 electrons. Okay, here 2s orbital of which one? Oxygen have 2 electrons. Okay, but oxygen energy level is little bit less, lower energy. Carbon is having little bit higher energy. Okay, so it is not in the same level. Okay, slight difference. Then 2p orbital of carbon, 2p orbital of oxygen. Okay, oxygen have 2px, 2 electrons, 2py, 1 electron, 2pz also 1 electron. Okay, then here you see, here only 2 electrons are there. Okay, in the p orbital. Now this carbon, this 2s orbital of the carbon and the oxygen combine to form 2 molecular orbitals. 2 molecular orbitals. One is sigma 2s bonding and sigma star 2s anti-bonding. Okay, this is a bonding molecular orbital, this is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Here atomic orbital you see 4 electrons, here 2 electrons, here 2 electrons, 4 electrons are there. So 2 electrons goes to the bonding molecular orbital and 2 electron goes to the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay. Then here you see, here 3 orbital, here 3 orbital. So 6 orbitals are formed. 6 molecular orbitals are formed. 3 molecular orbitals have lower energy. There is bonding molecular orbital, and 3 other molecular orbitals having higher energy. That is anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. Here how many electrons are there? You see here 2, here 4. Totally 6 electrons are there. All the 6 electrons are located in the bonding molecular orbital. So you keep in mind, in carbon monoxide, the anti-bonding molecular orbitals are empty. Okay, there are 2 anti-bonding pi molecular orbitals and 1 anti-bonding sigma molecular orbital. These are empty. You keep in mind. Okay. Now let us see the bond formation in which one? Metal carbonyls. You see, say this is metal orbital, metal d orbital. Okay. Okay. like this, then we can see this one. First, we can see this one. You see, metal orbital, that is Mg, metal orbital. This is carbon monoxide orbitals. Carbon monoxide. Okay, this is carbon, this is oxygen. Okay, carbon having one hybridized molecular orbital have lone pair of electron. That lone pair of electron, it donate to the metal, or it overlap with the sp hybridized orbital and the metal orbital to form a sigma bond. Okay, so for this electron is donated by the ligand only, carbon monoxide. Okay, like this different carbonyl groups donate electron to central metal. So the electron density over the central metal will increase. Since electron density increases, the metal carbon bond becomes weakened. The metal carbon bond becomes weak. Okay, you keep in mind. Then this carbon monoxide is carbonyl group. Carbon may form bond like this, or oxygen also may form bond like this way. In the case of oxygen, already we studied 2p x orbital and 2p y orbitals are having lone pairs of electron. Is right. That one of the orbitals, say which one, 2p y we can say, or 2p x we can say, any one. Okay, that is a dumbbell shape. It overlap, sidewise overlap with metal d orbitals to form pi bond. Okay, so the oxygen carbonyl group of carbon or oxygen, both are able to form bond with metal. Generally, in metal carbonyls, the carbon can form bond with metal. This is not common. This is it is an abnormal case, a very rare case only, not common one. This is the quite common one. Okay. Now, during these bonds, what is happening? The electron density over the metal increases, and hence metal carbon bonds become weakened. Okay. Now, if the metal electron density over metal is very high, then it becomes very unstable. Is right. Immediately, what will happen? You see, the metal orbital, it is having now extra electron. Okay. The metal orbitals having paired electron. Paired electron means it gains electron from which one? The ligand, carbon monoxide. Okay, like that. The paired electrons, then what will happen? The metal, which one? The orbitals of metal having a lone pair of electron, then it donate the electron pair to the anti-bonding carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide, there are two anti-bonding pi orbitals are there. It donate the electron pair to anti-bonding which one? Pi orbital of carbon monoxide. This is called back bonding. Okay, during the ligand metal covalent bond, electron density over metal increases. Okay, then but in back bonding, the electron from metal goes back to the ligand, and hence now the metal carbon bond becomes strengthened. Okay, you see, bonding in metal carbonyls. In metal carbonyls, the bond between metal atom and the carbonyl ligand consists of two components. The first component is an electron pair donation from the carbon atom of carbonyl ligand into a back-end d orbital of central metal atom. This electron pair donation from carbon monoxide to metal, that is sigma bond. This sigma bond formation increases the electron density in the metal d orbital and make the metal electron rich. In order to compensate for this increased electron density, the filled metal d orbital interact with the empty pi star orbital on the carbonyl ligand and transfers the added electron density back to the ligand. The second component is called pi back bonding. Thus, in metal carbonyls, electron density moves from ligand to metal through sigma bonding and from metal to ligand through pi bonding. This synergic effect the two effects takes place simultaneously. That is called synergic effect. Accounts for strong carbon monoxide or carbonyl metal bond. Carbonyl metal bond. Okay, in metal carbonyls. This phenomenon is shown diagrammatically as follows. This one. Okay, this is book by question number 21. Explain bonding in metal carbonyls. அன்பார்ந்த மாணவர்களே, இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடித்திருந்தால் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்யுங்கள், லைக் செய்யுங்கள், ஷேர் செய்யுங்கள். திரையில் தோன்றும் லிங்கை பயன்படுத்தி +2 கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் உள்ள வீடியோக்கள் அனைத்தையும் பார்வையிடலாம். நன்றி.